Today we're going to talk about idea number 5 on how to prepare for Easter and for all the visitors coming out to your church. Now this idea might not apply to everyone because it really depends on your church size and your church location. But parking will deter many people from coming back to your church if they have a hard time finding a parking spot. Many times if you have visitors coming out to your church and your whole parking lot is filled and they have to take like 3 laps to find a spot, those guys are leaving. They are not going to take a 4th or 5th lap. They're not going to attend your service and definitely not going to come back to your church. When people cannot find parking, they're not going to come back because they're thinking, why would I want to go back to this church when I can't even find a parking spot? Now, again, your church might be a little bit small or medium sized and you might not have this problem, but depending on your location, even medium sized churches, if you have a small parking lot, you do have to think about this because if you run out of parking, then how are visitors going to find a parking spot to attend your church? So an idea to be thinking about, and this does require a little bit of budget. Maybe you don't have it, but something to be thinking about is there another parking lot your church has access to, or maybe another parking lot near you that you could rent out just for that Sunday? Is your church next to a business plaza, maybe even like a plaza with like a bunch of stores, and maybe you could contact them and just say, hey, can we rent out 100 spots, 200 spots for our church? Talk to them about it, ask them about it. And of course, they're going to ask you to rent it out for some money, but something to be thinking about so that visitors can find parking. Something that's going to be really, really helpful for those of you who have run into this problem, or maybe something that you really want to prepare for, is if you know that you're going to have a larger Easter service with more visitors, then have all of your staff, all of your volunteers carpool and park in a different location. So again, this really depends on your church layout, design, location, but you have your main church parking lot, and then you have side streets or other businesses and things like that. All your volunteers, all your staff, none of them are parking in the church parking lot. Keep that church parking lot as open as possible for all of your church members and visitors, and all your staff, especially staff, and all your volunteers, have them park in side streets, other places. Yes, have them walk over. Now, don't misinterpret me. I'm not saying to have them park like 5-10 blocks away and walk over. Again, this idea, you got to tweak it and modify it depending on your location and the layout. But that'll really help open up your church parking lot and have more spaces for visitors. So think about your church size, whether it's 3,000 or 300 for your parking needs. Really think about how you're going to prepare your parking so that people can actually have a spot. If you have the budget to rent out a spot or talk to some other businesses, maybe they could open up some spots for you. Again, maybe you have a lot of side streets. Really try to encourage people to park on those side streets to open up parking spaces. And believe me when I say this, when people have a hard time finding parking, they're not going to come back. So prepare for this, prepare for your visitors, and have some parking spaces available. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you have other questions or you have questions about some of the videos and ideas I'm talking about, please ask them down below. If not, check out these other videos if you missed one of them. And I hope you're preparing well for this Easter.